Hello everyone and welcome back to James Talk Sport. The men's road race has just finished on off what has been an incredible World Championships week. From Filippo Ganna's negative split to Magnus Backstedt celebrating his daughter's win to Alaphilippe. Let's take a look back on the week of the World Championships. Last Sunday is where we'll begin with the men's individual time trial, the day after the sad tragic loss of Chris Anker Sorensen. One of my favourite riders. I'll always remember the way he would selflessly ride for others, and he was just a brilliant, brilliant rider to have on your team. Um, so that would have given the likes of Casper Asprey and Mikkel Bjerg for the TT a added motivation. The big time setter to begin with, sorry, was Remco Evenepoel, one of the top favourites. He put in a barnstorming ride um, to take the lead for such a long time, probably over an hour he was in that chair for. Notable ride, Dan Bigham in 16th place, Ethan Hayter in 8th, and the retiring Tony Martin in 6th place. Big boys, Stefan Bissiger was a long way behind Remco. The closest one, first ride of the favourites to get to him was Casper Asgreen, who was only 2 seconds off his quick-step teammate. But at the first check, you saw the two riders that would really challenge him. Stefan Kung was a little bit off, so it was up to Wout van Aert and Filippo Ganna to try and beat Remco's time. Wout van Aert went 30 seconds quicker at the last check. Filippo Ganna went from being 8 seconds down at the first check on Wout van Aert to only less than a second at the final check, and ultimately it was his speed in the final 10k that won him the race by 6 seconds from Wout van Aert and Remco in third place. Negative split in action for Filippo Ganna. He's had an inconsistent year on the road. He won the TTs at the Giro, of course, but very inconsistent in a lot of TTs, including at the Europeans a few weeks ago. So the big man is back, and I can't wait to see him tackle the Roubaix course. If only it was this year, but it looks like it will be next year if he's allowed to. Quick note on the men's under 23 race taken out by Jonathan Pryce Peterson from Denmark. Took 10 seconds out on Lucas Plapp, the Ineos rider, and 11 out on Florian Vermeersch. Another top 10 for a Brit, Ethan Vernon on the Hope bike. So great result for him as well. Future rider to watch as well is Baroncini, not just in the time trials, as we'll see in a few minutes. Going into the women's race, you thought of a few riders that could win. The obvious favourite would have been Marlene Rousset or Annemiek van Vleuten. They both managed to get a medal, but it was Ellen van Dijk that took her second World Time Trial Championship win years ago. I think it was 2013 she won her first, so great to see her back there. Amber Neben, in well into her 40s, I think even late 40s now, took fourth place, and yes, she was a minute down, but so were most of the other riders as well. Joss Loudon for the Brits was in 8th place, which kept up their consistent running in the time trial championships. The men's and women's junior time trials were taken out by probably two of the favourites in the classification. Gustav Varg for Denmark in the men's junior and Elena Ivachenko in the women's. Zoe Backstedt 10 seconds down in the women's race, and Josh Tarling in the men's race. So the first two podiums for GB in the World Championships this week. The men's under 23 road race was mad from the start, with the neutralisation of, the neutralisation of the race in the neutral zone, which is strange to say. I'm pretty sure nearly everyone crashed in the whole race. Countless attacks from Lewis Askey in the final 50-60k sadly came to nothing. It came down to the final climb, and it was Filippo Baroncini who attacked. No one could go with him, and he was left to take on the rainbow jersey for Italy. Fantastic result in second place for the Eritrean Bramai. Could have easily have raced the elite race, but chose to race the second. And as you can have seen in the videos, the sprints, he came from 12th to second in in the last sort of 500 meters, with the Dutch favourite Olaf Koy taking third place. Points of interest: Thibau Nys and Lewis Askey took 6th and 5th respectively. In very similar fashion, the men's junior road race was taken out by Pierre Strand Hagens from Norway, but this time he put out 19 seconds on Romain Gregor from France and Madis Michaels in third place from Estonia, 24 seconds back. The women's junior race was a battle between the old friends, America and Great Britain. Zoe Backstead versus Kaya Schmid, and it was the Brit Swede, Zoe Backstead, that took out the win. Brilliant sprint from her, as well. She was the favourite, probably, as she was for the TT. Also note that another Brit, Millie Cuisens, finished in 6th place. So thank you for watching the roundup so far of the week of the road race. I have decided to do the elite men's and women's road races on a separate video, just to cut down the video a little bit for everyone. So thank you for watching the first part of the 2021 World Road Cycling Championships recap. Join me for part 2 on the elite men's and women's road races. Thank you.